What's up, guys, and welcome back to my channel. On last week's episode, I told you guys that I was going to be posting YouTube videos every single week, and today I am back for a brand new video. If you did not see last week's video, I gave you guys a home tour of my studio apartment, so you guys should totally check that out, and I am back today for a brand new video where we are going to be deep diving discussing The Bachelor. The Bachelor is about halfway through the season already. Just finished up episode 5 this week, so I thought it would be appropriate to discuss what has happened so far. And let's start the conversation here on YouTube. Let's bring it from TikTok to YouTube to discuss everything that has happened since the season has aired.
President, King, CEO.
So I want to get into all of the craziness and tea. Starting with Matt. So when Matt was first picked to be The Bachelor, I was initially really excited. I knew Matt from Tyler Cameron and Tyler Cameron's Instagram. I knew that they were friends. I was already following Matt before he was even announced to be The Bachelor, so I was initially really excited about it. I thought he was a great guy. He was very good looking, definitely a stud. He also seemed very gentleman-like. He was very charming. I was super excited about ABC choosing him. Also, the fact that he was never on The Bachelorette before, I think was a bold move for ABC, but obviously with everything going on with Black Lives Matter, ABC did not have a choice. The Bachelor did not have a choice but to pick a Black Bachelor, and I think that Matt was honestly, in my opinion, I know a lot of people liked Mike Johnson, I thought Matt was honestly a really good choice for The Bachelor. Obviously, this season, you can tell that Matt, since he's never been on the show before, you can tell it's taking time for him to kind of warm up to being in front of the camera and dealing with all the girls and dealing with all the drama and the toxicity. But I think he's doing a really good job. I think sometimes we, put too much pressure on The Bachelor to be perfect, when really the show is all about the women and the drama and all of that craziness. I think Matt's doing a pretty good job so far, so let's cut him a little bit of slack. All the girls came out of the limo. There was obviously so many crazy entrances, from Katie with her dildo to Queen Victoria showing up with 4 men carrying her on a throne, queen status. We're gonna have to talk about Victoria and all of that, but I want to start with Abigail because Matt gave his first impression rose to Abigail. She was initially a fan favorite. Super sweet, super kind girl. She kind of opened up to Matt immediately about her being deaf. She's not able to hear very well, but she is able to kind of read lips. So Matt gave her the first impression rose, and I thought that they really got off to quite a nice start. It seems like a lot of people were already casting Abigail for the next Bachelorette. They thought she was gonna win. But as the season progressed, we haven't seen much of Abigail. Last night's episode, we got to see Abigail get the group date rose, so she's still in the mix. I was kind of like, oh my god, she might be fading out a little bit, but last night when she got the group date rose, I'm like, all right, she's gonna be here for a while. I don't think her and Matt will be endgame, but I do think she will make it probably top 6. I'm not 100% sure if she's gonna make it to hometowns yet. It's still a little early for that. I think there's 16 girls left, so there's still a lot of the season to sort of play out before we can really determine who will be the next Bachelorette and who will be Matt's winner pick. Another frontrunner from the beginning was Brie. She got one of the first one-on-one dates. I really like Brie. I think she's super sweet and cute. She's not getting a lot of airtime, which leads me to believe that she's not going to be the winner. But because she did get such a great edit in the beginning on her one-on-one date, I do believe she is going to go far in the season and that we will get to see her storyline play out a little bit more. My prediction, based on being the Bachelor fan that I am, I think Brie is going to get 3rd place. I feel like she's in it for the long haul. She's clearly a front runner. She's clearly one of everyone's favorites, but she's not getting that winner edit or even top 2 edit. I feel like the top 2 have more of a storyline that progresses from the beginning, and Brie has kind of just faded out over the last few weeks. Another frontrunner is Rachel. So obviously there has been lots of talk online about Rachel and her very controversial racist past and her liking a lot of posts about the Confederate flag. There's been lots of tweets. I've seen lots of TikToks about it. It's not looking good for Rachel, and I totally don't support a lot of her past. I definitely think it's possible that some people are making things up or exaggerating certain situations about her maybe bullying people in high school who dated Black men. I'm not really sure. I don't want to get into it. I'm obviously not in support of her past, if that all is true, but I do kind of want to just judge her from what we're seeing on the show. And what we're seeing on the show is that her and Matt have a really strong connection, and it's clear that after last night's one-on-one date that he is smitten by her, and they definitely have the hots for each other. And I don't know if Matt and Rachel are going to last long term, if they get engaged at the end, I feel like we need to see the rest of the season and see how their relationship plays out. But right now, I think Rachel is kind of gonna be the clear winner pick. In my opinion, like, Rachel's getting that winner's edit. She's very liked by a lot of the girls in the house from what it seems like. So I really like Rachel for what we see on the show. I want to hear her discuss more about all these allegations at the Woman Tell All before I feel like we can properly judge her. I think we need to give her the benefit of the doubt. I know it's not looking good, but I want to hear her speak on what has transpired since she's been on the show on social media, and we'll get that opportunity, I'm sure, at the Women Tell All or after the final rose, depending on how far Rachel makes it. Also, Rachel's one-on-one date looked amazing, every girl's dream, but when Rachel walked in after her one-on-one date with like 10 shopping bags, did you guys notice something? It seemed like the shopping bags were empty. Once Rachel went upstairs to go change for her dinner portion of the date with Matt, she left all the shopping bags there in the middle of the community room with all the girls. It kind of seemed like that was just like a producer idea for her to bring in all those bags just to get a reaction out of the girls. And obviously, we know The Bachelor is heavily produced. We're all aware that this is a reality show. We watch for entertainment. We know what this is. And I think that that was totally a producer plan, but it seemed like that didn't bother a lot of the girls. Like, imagine Queen Victoria. I know she went home, but imagine Queen Victoria showing up with all those shopping bags. Imagine Victoria on that one-on-one date that Rachel was on. That would have been crazy. So we keep talking about Victoria. I keep mentioning Victoria. I literally cannot go on with this video without mentioning Victoria. So, the Queen. At first, when she showed up, I thought she was hilarious. I loved her intro. I loved her crown. I love she called herself a queen. I also call myself a queen. As the weeks gone on, it was really hard to like and support Victoria. There's no denying she's funny. There's no denying she's great TV. Many people online consider her a producer plant. I think Victoria knew what she was getting herself into. I think she's seen every episode of The Bachelor. I think she came on this season wanting to cause drama and be that girl. And I've talked to some of my TikTok followers about this. I love a villain. We love a villain. We love Demi, we love Corinne, we love Crystal, Courtney Robertson, Michelle Money, if you guys like the old school villains like I do. But something about Victoria, she was just more of a mean, petty, ridiculous, she just wasn't an iconic villain. Like, she really was just ruthless and mean, and she kind of took the jokes playing too far. And especially when all the new girls showed up, especially with Catalina and her whole crown, like, that was just too much. And when Victoria finally got sent home, the way she went about it was not cool. She had a meltdown to the producers. It seems like Victoria is very chummy with producers, and I'm really enjoying all of this fourth wall talk. But she had a meltdown with producers. She did not go down in good grace. It was great TV watching Victoria get eliminated. I loved it. But, like, it was her time to go. I mean, she did not handle it well, and she obviously really didn't like Matt, because if she did like Matt, she would have actually been sad. It was clear that when she was eliminated, she was more upset about the fact that she was getting sent home and less about her and Matt breaking up. So I'm gonna miss Victoria for entertainment purposes. I'm kind of rooting for her a little bit just because I love a controversial, bold, funny woman. But she was very mean, and it wasn't okay, and she took things too far. So it'll be interesting to see her on Women Tell All, and I'm excited to see her on Bachelor in Paradise, because we know she was going to be there. Another one of the big villains this season was Anna. Now, I did not like Anna from the beginning, okay? I never liked Anna. She just, like, rubbed me the wrong way on night one. I remember at the night one rose ceremony with her red dress, I was like, Anna needs to go home. Like, I don't even know what her, like, full name is, but she needs to go home. I don't even know what her occupation is. I need her gone. Like, I did not like Anna. And as the weeks progressed and all the new girls came in, it was clear that Anna was not, like, super nice. She was kind of a mean girl. And her bringing up those rumors about Brittany were not okay, calling someone an escort because she got a couple messages online. Like, it was kind of unnecessary. It definitely seemed like Anna, along with MJ and Victoria and even Serena, a couple of those girls just became too obsessed with the whole varsity versus new girls. Like, what show are we watching? This is The Bachelor. It's not like Survivor where there's teams. Like, it's not The Amazing Race. Like, you're all fighting for time with Matt. It's like an individual game. It's not like you versus them. The whole thing didn't make sense. But Anna was really the cult leader in that division because of the rumors she started about Brittany. And when Anna got sent home on last night's episode, I mean, I know we were all screaming, like, justice for Brittany. And it seems like people have moved on with the Brittany situation. Like, we're gonna forget about it. I hope that that doesn't cause damaging rumors in her life. I don't think Brittany and Matt have a strong connection anyway, but that's not the point. The point was that Anna shouldn't have brought those things up. So when Anna went home, I was super, super, super happy. Bye, Anna. Bye, girl. Another one of the villains that I guess has progressed after last night's episode was MJ. Now, a lot of us liked MJ in the beginning. We liked her curly hair. We thought she was spunky. But she was really one of the cult leaders in bringing up this new girl versus old school girl energy. So in last night's episode, once Anna and Victoria were gone, MJ became the new villain. MJ became the new mean girl in town, and I think that I'm living for this Jasenia versus MJ drama. I had no idea who Jasenia was before this episode, but like all of a sudden, Jasenia is my favorite. Like all of a sudden, I am on team Jasenia. I think that MJ is gonna go home next week. Kind of like how they're not doing like a full 2-on-1 date, but they did this with Noah and Bennett last season. You just kind of bring it in, sort out the drama, and move on. So I don't think maybe MJ will make it one more week. I think her and Matt have a stronger connection than Matt and Jasenia. But I still think that MJ is not gonna last long, and she's just not looking good. Like, MJ is just giving me, like, fire sign vibes. Not that there's anything wrong with fire signs. I mean, I'm a water sign, so I handle confrontation a lot different than MJ, who's just ready to, like, confront people and only want to get her point across. I mean, she's just very aggressive. So I think that MJ needs to go home. I'm not a fan of her. I think she's a little extra, but I'm sure she is a decent person in real life. Some of the other girls I want to get into, the other girls who might not have the most screen time I want to get into. I really do like both of the Serenas. I think they're both cute and sweet. Even though the one Serena, she was a little bit involved in the bullying, but whatever, like, I still kind of like her. Kit is also someone who I kind of am starting to like a little bit. At first, I was like, who does this girl think she is? She's the CEO, she's the president. Like, she was coming in hot, but she had a really cute one-on-one date with Matt. Obviously, she's 21 years old. Like, there's no way her and Matt are gonna work out. But I liked what Matt said about her when he invited her over, that he wanted to kind of make sure the apartment was clean and perfect, and that he had to try and impress Kit. Like, I don't know. I can kind of relate to Kit in that way. I also love cooking, and I also need my man to have the apartment clean, that toilet paper on the toilet when I come over. So I liked how Matt was saying that about Kit. I actually think that it's possible Kit could go to the top 6 or even the top 4. I would love to see her mom on The Bachelor. Kit's mom is a fashion designer, Cynthia Rowley, so it'd be nice to see Kit go to hometowns just so we can kind of see more of Kit's life. I'm kind of interested in Kit's life, but I don't think Kit and Matt are endgame. Kit definitely wasn't super nice to Sarah in the beginning. She was like, we're gonna make your life miserable. So Kit did not get off to a good start, but I think we're getting to see a softer side of her. I know she's not everyone's favorite, but I kind of like her. And as far as the Sarah situation, because I'm so over discussing it, I don't know, I felt like that one episode where we were talking about Sarah never ended. I think it was best that Sarah went home. I thought Matt really liked her, and I also think the girls were way too mean to her, but at the end of the day, if she was uncomfortable being there because of what was going on at home with her dad, it was a good thing that she left sooner than later, especially with all the girls mistreating her in the house. Sarah's been long gone. We're about halfway through the season. Another one of the fan favorites are definitely Chelsea. I really enjoyed, her night one dress. I was like, who is this queen? I love Chelsea. Her important conversation about her hair was, her being vulnerable and opening up. I would love to see more of Chelsea. I don't think her and Matt will end up together, but I would like to see more of her. Piper is becoming one of Matt's top picks. He made out with her last night. She's getting a one-on-one date next week. I definitely think she is going to go pretty far. Michelle had a really good date with Matt. I really like her as well. She seems very mature. I think that her and Matt are going to go a distance too. I guess I'm kind of just ready to tell you guys my top 4 at this point. And I want to know what your guys' predictions are in the comments, so let me know. But I think that at this point, the top 4 is going to be Rachel, Brie, Michelle, and I'm kind of thinking it might be Piper, just because she's starting to get more airtime and we're starting to learn more about her. So I kind of think it might be Piper. I think like 5th and 6th place could be like Abigail and Kit. I think those are kind of front runners as well. But that's sort of my prediction so far. And those are all of my kind of general thoughts on this season of The Bachelor. We're about halfway through the season, so I really just wanted to come on here on YouTube because I want to bring you guys from TikTok to YouTube because we are going to do weekly videos, like I said. We only have 60 seconds on TikTok a week for me to kind of talk about the episode. So I wanted to come on here, take 10, 15 minutes and just really discuss my thoughts of the whole season and everything going on. Next week, we know we're getting Tyler Cameron. I love Tyler so much. So I'm really excited to see Tyler and Matt bro it out and hear what Tyler's thoughts are on the girls. Heather from Colton season is coming back next week. I do not think that's going to go well for her at all. I think the girls are gonna give her a hard time. Imagine Victoria was there though. Like, imagine Victoria was there when Heather came in. Oh my god, that would have been a whole other mess. But I just feel like Heather coming on doesn't make sense to me. Because if Heather and Hannah B are friends, Heather could have asked Hannah B to set her up with Matt before the season started, before The Bachelor started. So I just don't think Heather is really in it for the right reasons. And I think if she wanted to get back on TV and get back on Bachelor Nation, she could have just waited to go on Bachelor in Paradise and it would have looked a lot less thirsty on her behalf.
I honestly feel so sorry for you that you would listen to hearsay and not all of the facts behind a situation. So, goodbye.
I told you guys my top 4. I told you guys what I think about what's happening next week. Let me know in the comment section what you guys are thinking of this week's Bachelor. Make sure you guys subscribe to my channel, like this video, hit the notifications on the bell for more videos. Like I said, we're going to be posting a new video every single week. And I will catch you guys in my next video. Bye! See you guys on TikTok!